Hi and welcome. I'm Julianne Cost. Today in the Photoshop beta, we're able to combine the power of two new partner models in Photoshop's Generative Fill workflow. Gemini 2.5 Flash Image, otherwise known as Nano Banana, and Flux Kontext Pro. Let's say I want to change the color of this car. First, I'll choose the selection brush, and I'll give it a bit of a soft edge. Then I'll make a large, loose selection of the car. In the contextual taskbar, I'll click the Generative Fill button and enter the prompt, "Make the car yellow." To access the partner models, I'll click the Model Picker icon. We can choose from Firefly Image 3, Image 1, Flux Kontext Pro, or Gemini 2.5 Nano Banana. When I click Generate, Photoshop sends the selected area to the cloud for processing, so this does require internet connectivity. Currently, the partner models will generate a single result, which we can see in the variations area and is rendered at 1K. If we want to make any changes to the prompt or select another model, we can do so from either the contextual taskbar or from the Properties panel. It's very convenient to not have to leave Photoshop to generate content. And if I want to make additional changes, we've got all of Photoshop's tools right at hand. For example, if I don't want the rims to be yellow, I can tap the B key to select the brush tool, make sure that I'm targeting the layer mask in the Layers panel, choose black as my foreground color, and then paint in the mask to hide the generated content. Next, let's change the background. I'll choose Select, All, and then click Generative Fill. I'll enter an instructional text prompt telling the partner model what I want it to do or not to do. In this case, place the car along the side of a dirt road with cornfields, blue sky, and puffy white clouds. Do not alter the car in any way. This time I'll select Nano Banana for the partner model and choose Generate. The partner model will be more accurate using detailed instructional text prompts describing what you want the model to do, whereas the Firefly models are more accurate when you simply describe what you want to see. For example, on this layer that I previously generated, my prompt said, "Place the car on a dirt road," not "along a dirt road," and I didn't specifically state not to change the car. In this next image, we can see that I've already made some edits. I've removed some distracting elements, and I've darkened and desaturated the sky using adjustment layers. Now I want to change the text in the sign, so I'll use the selection brush to make a loose selection around the word motel. Then I'll choose Generative Fill and enter the prompt, "Change motel to diner." Make sure to add a connector from each tube of neon to the sign. When changing text, you want to make sure that the text that you want to change and the text that you want to replace it with are both in quotes. I'll select the partner model and then choose Generate. Although it didn't create all of the connectors, I could easily move to the Clone Stamp tool to copy any of the ones it generated. For the sake of time, I've already generated several additional layers. On this layer, I added the prompt, "Make the neon tubes glow with white light." While on this layer, I had to be more specific with the prompt, "Make the neon tubes glow with white light, but keep the cactus green." But even then, the neon wasn't quite bright enough, so I just duplicated the layer, set it to screen, and reduced the opacity to 50%. I also replaced the side of the sign with a single solid piece of smooth sheet metal, and then added an adjustment layer to change the color. Another fun way to be inspired or ideate is to prompt the models to change the style of the image. To save time, I've already rendered several examples. Here we can see that I've used the prompt, "Change to pointillism art style," while maintaining the original composition and object placement. I used Flux Kontext Pro as the model. Here I changed the style to modern art and use Nano Banana. And here, Cubism is the style, and again, I chose Nano Banana. Here is minimalism, and vector art, and anime. The charcoal pencil insisted on adding color, but we could add an adjustment layer to fix that. And here's etching and watercolor. All right, what about compositing images? First, I just selected the middle of the nest, but neither of the partner models have the option like Firefly does to add a reference image. Instead, I just asked Nano Banana to replace the eggs in the nest with strawberries, and this was the result. But then I thought, what if I put another image of strawberries on a layer and prompted the AI model to use it? So here are the strawberries. In this case, I selected the entire image and entered the prompt, replace the eggs in the nest with the strawberries from the bowl. And it generated this. They're a bit too saturated, so I used Photoshop's object selection tool and just desaturated them with a hue and saturation adjustment layer. I also experimented with eggs made out of polished rocks. So here are the results of the prompt, replace the quail eggs in the nest with colorful eggs made out of polished rocks, and it's good. But let's add a photo of what I was envisioning and then use the prompt, replace the quail eggs in the nest with colorful eggs made out of polished rock. Make one egg yellow, one egg green, and one egg purple. Again, I think using the photo of the eggs helped generate what I had in mind. The only downside is that when you select a large area, all of that content is generated at 1K, so most likely it'll need to be interpolated up more than if you had a smaller selection and used a prompt. All right, here's another example of compositing where I wanted to add the mask to my face. I chose Select All, and then use Generative Fill to put the mask on the model's face, make it appear as if she's wearing it and that it wraps around her head. Don't change the model in any way, and keep the background black. Here's what Nano Banana generated, and here's what Flux Kontext Pro generated. I also added a slight movement to the head in this prompt, and here's the result. I think it's important to point out that what you select might differ between models. For example, when I choose Select All to select the entire image and then enter the prompt, generate the missing portion of the butterfly's wing, and I choose the Firefly model, it generated a portion of the butterfly wing, but it fills the entire selection with it, so in this case, the entire canvas, which was not what I intended. Instead, when I make a generous selection around the area that I want Firefly to generate and enter the same prompt, Firefly returns 3 variations for that area for me to choose from. Now, when I used the same selection and the same prompt, and then I chose the 2 partner models, we can see that in this layer that neither of the partner models were able to render it correctly because remember, only the selected areas are sent to the cloud, and perhaps there wasn't enough context for them to create the information. So instead, with the partner models, I selected the entire image, and we can see that both Flux Kontext Pro and Nano Banana generated the missing areas. In fact, Nano Banana even repaired the head and added the antennae. Okay, before we wrap up, I want to be clear that the Nano Banana and Flux Kontext Pro models were not created by Adobe, and it's up to you to determine if either model is appropriate for your projects. Also, while in beta, using these models will not use generative credits. I'm Julianne Cost. Thanks for watching.